2025, y'all been telling me to let Triple H cook. And all year, nobody even bothered showing up in the kitchen. But tonight, it seems like somebody at least showed up to preheat the oven. Now, when I touched the oven, it was a little bit hot, so I got my oven mitts, but I opened that oven up, Paul Levesque, and there was nothing in there. Okay. Beggars can't be choosers. SmackDown wasn't great. SmackDown wasn't horrible. SmackDown was the EOM, the epitome of mid. Now, since SmackDown been absolutely unwatchable the whole year, I guess we gotta take this version of SmackDown and at least cross our fingers and hope creative gets their act together. Now it seems like Triple H got the memo from Ari Emanuel and TKO like, buddy, you got a few more months to redirect this ship with $3 billion in debt. And something needs to change. So Triple H went in this boardroom. He took his 200 members that's on the creative team and they finally put lipstick on a pig. Now, the number one catalyst of SmackDown not being 3 hours of total boredom was we got to see fresh faces. Soon as it started, we got Seth Rollins and Evolution coming out. And even though a lot of people are not liking the gimmick, I'm not liking the whole gimmick with Seth Rollins. I think Bronson Reed went from one of the most respected enforcers on the Raw roster to being fucking Seth Rollins flunky. I think that's dumbass booking if you ask me. Still, it was refreshing to see these guys on SmackDown and them having a little exchange with Solo Sikoa. Now, the only thing I have to nitpick about this is it feels kind of weird hearing Solo Sikoa kind of play the babyface role and try to get a reaction out of the crowd. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, like I said in the beginning of the video, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not going to expect perfection. I'm not going to expect Paul Levesque, after showing up at summer school getting F's all year, to come out of nowhere as an A student. Okay? So we're in the right direction though. We're getting something fresh that we don't really see every single week. It is imperative for Triple H and the whole WWE creative to consistently introduce fresh ideas moving forward. It's been exposed. TKO is $3 billion in debt, aka they're swimming up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. If you don't have consistent, compelling booking, 3 turns to 6, 6 turns to 9, 9 turns to Triple H, get your ass out of my office. And I'll be the first to tell you that before TKO gets $9 billion in debt, Triple H will be let out the back door immediately. But going back to the fresh ideas, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, they introduced the king and queen of the ring. And when I first heard it, it was like, I almost turned the TV off. Kendrick Lamar, where you at, where you need him? Turn the TV on, turn the TV, you know what I mean? I almost turned it off. But man, I'm glad I waited because something actually interesting happened. It wasn't the same format. See, I was gonna get a little bit nervous that we had to sit through a whole weeks and weeks and weeks of regular qualifier matches, even though we kind of have to. But it's an interesting element that has been implemented this time. Now they're gonna do fatal 4-way matches. A bunch of fatal 4-ways on Raw, a bunch of fatal 4-ways on SmackDown. Now, after that, the winners of that, the finals, they go to Night of the Champions in Saudi Arabia, where a lot of people are rumored that TKO can't handle the debt and they'll be selling to the Saudis, but that's a different story for a different day. Let's stick to the topic at hand, Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. They got the finals for the Raw, finals for the SmackDown, King of the Ring. Whoever wins gets a title shot at SummerSlam with special guest referee Cardi B. Alright, I mean, I kind of booked that off the top, but y'all get it. Now, this got kind of mixed reviews, but if you ask me, I gotta keep it real. You know I'm gonna keep it 100. I like this. I like it. I like that. This is something new. This is something that we didn't expect. This is like a minor curveball. I'm trying to look. I can't even call this right now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to get to the top. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. If you ask me, I will use this to be the catalyst or have some type of story where John Cena turns back babyface, and we can have 6 months of John Cena being babyface, because every city he goes to, he has set a record for the only heel to pander to every city he goes to. You said there was going to be no new merch. You're coming out with new merch every 8 to 9 to 10 days. Not only that, you're making sure your merch is matching the color of the city you're in. What real fucking heel does that? We knew that this was not in the plans originally for John Cena, so he probably had all this merch already printed up, and it was just going to be a colossal loss. But things get changed. We had 6 months of the worst heel turn, the worst matches, and a whole bunch of bull crap. But now, at SummerSlam, if somehow, some way, they could book it to where John Cena turns back face, and now he's on the rest of the 6 months, he's just face, and he just forgot about everything he did the previous 6 months, we'll be happy with that. No one takes John Cena serious as a heel, seriously. Nobody. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter if you get with Logan Paul. You can get with Satan himself, John Cena. We're not buying it from you. You're a good guy, okay? We're never gonna think or look at you as a heel. Speaking of heels, it's like, from what I'm seeing right now, I know we all want LA Knight to win. I'm just not seeing it happen. I don't see them booking Seth Rollins the way they're booking him. You got Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, all for you to not win Money in the Bank. This will all be like a mitigated disaster. You did all of this and you didn't get the briefcase to win Money in the Bank. Maybe they hold that for him and they let him win King of the Ring. That's why I think the King of the Ring is very interesting, because we can't even call what's going to happen. Because now I could kind of see LA Knight winning, then I could see Seth Rollins actually winning King of the Ring. Or maybe vice versa. It can happen either way. I'm very interested for Money in the Stank. But unfortunately for Paul Levesque, you can't book a mid-show less than 24 hours of Money in the Stank and think we're going to be all hyped up and excited about it. I'm looking forward to it a tiny bit more, but I'll still be holding my nose, spraying my Febreze throughout the whole show. Now, I'm going to make a prediction. I guarantee, however Money in the Bank and however SummerSlam plays out, I don't think Jey Uso will be a world champion after SummerSlam. Now, I know I give Jey Uso a hard time, but I'm going to be real. I like the dude, man. I think this dude is a good dude. He's been in the company for years and years and years. He held his name. He stayed respectable. One of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Usos. But I got to keep a spade, bro. You're the world heavyweight champion. Our world heavyweight champions need to be able to perform in the ring, tip-top, be a workhorse, and you do most of them either mid to good. But your promos suck ass. My God, bro. You have to say something other than yeet. Cody Rhodes comes out, he cuts a promo, he does okay. You know how Cody, he does a promo, it's like the back of his hand, it's second nature to him. Jey Uso literally says nothing but yeet. Like, literally, you can't even make this up. Bro, the yeet thing is cute. It's over with the fans, the younger fans. I get it. But you cannot be world heavyweight champion if you cannot cut a promo. Give me 12 seconds. Give me 15 seconds. You have to be practicing this day in and day out. I don't get it. I really don't see after SummerSlam Jey Uso still holding the World Heavyweight Championship. I think they need to bring him down just a notch. Nothing crazy. He's still the Yeet Man. Put the IC title on him. The IC title is a complete non-factor. I almost literally forgot who had it. Dirty Dom has it. Who knows the next time he'll defend it again? Who knows the last time he defended it again? The IC title used to be held as such a prestige, man. The greatest of the greats had the IC title, and now they're just handing it to any jobber at this point. I think Jey Uso has an opportunity to just uplift the IC title. Just work on your promos. You're the baby face. Have a good run with the IC title, and maybe if you work on your promos, you can uplift that title. I think the World Heavyweight Championship for you right now is just too much for you. You gotta know how to cut promos. You have to know how to say something more than yeet. You have to, bro. Everyone has to stay on their A game. Nobody's job is safe. And speaking of TKO and the debt and all the ads and sponsorships, one of my favorite shirts, one of my greatest shirts, it's at my other spot, you know, when I got the Bret Hart poster and the Austin 316. They literally produced a shirt saying UFC 316. WWE is getting whored out of their mind. I never seen nothing like this. This UFC 316 shirt is just kind of like an oxymoron. Let me know if I'm bugging. Y'all feeling this? I don't feel it. UFC is Ultimate Fighting Championship. They're in the octagon. They're really breaking shit. They're really getting it in. WWE is storylines, hard-working wrestler, professional wrestlers, creative, dramatics, entertainment. Like, why are you trying to put the two together? I understand TKO and they're trying, but it's all to whore WWE out. WWE is the cash cow of everything. If TKO is gonna get out of debt, WWE has to do it. This is the only fan base, and I'm putting myself in there. I'm included. We're the only ones that's dumb enough to watch a stupid ass show like Friday Night SmackDown, Raw on Netflix. We can get told fuck you. We can get told we're gonna get promised you WrestleMania. Then they swipe it under a rug. We're gonna keep showing up. We're gonna keep tuning in. Right? And now, as professional wrestling fans, we have to just bitch and complain until something changes. That's one thing about professional wrestling fans that's nothing like anything else. Once the bitching gets to a certain level, they will be forced to change, just like the Daniel Bryan situation, just like the Cody Rhodes situation, just like when it was Kofi Mania. We see even LA Knight. We see so many times where the bitching gets to a certain point, things will change at a certain point, bro. So we're hoping this is a situation where that can happen. Now, unfortunately, we got no new news on WrestleMania 42 and where it's gonna be. A lot of people are saying Vegas, but WWE is they're petrified of the backlash. They're scared shitless, and you should be. The second you announce WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, I got some special for you, Paul Levesque. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about all of this. We got Money in the Stank. Less than 24 hours away. We also got the King of the Ring. What do you think about the format? Did you like the format, or you think we should go how it usually was, one-on-one qualifying matches? I like the format if you ask me. Also, let me know what you think about the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring will face the Raw and SmackDown champions at SummerSlam. Does that make you a little bit more excited for SummerSlam? Does that make you want to empty out your 401k to get that $40,000 ticket to SummerSlam or not? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye!